Hello, Cancer friends. I'm Annie Botticelli, and welcome to my Cancer June 2023 Astrology Horoscope forecast. This is for you if Cancer is your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, or any other Cancer placement you're watching for. What I'm going to talk about here is part of your astrological picture. And if you're a very late degree Cancer friend, so birthday like July 15th through the rest of the sign, or Cancer placement like 23 degrees through the rest of the sign, I suggest you additionally listen to my Leo report, as your very late degree friends will benefit from both readings. I'm calling the theme of this month for Cancer 10 special starry ops for Cancer. Okay, so you're going to have lots of starry opportunities, and I'm going to outline 10 very special ones. I also am going to give you an overview of some important general transit information that's definitely going to affect you. So we'll get into that, and then we'll dive into the 10 special starry opportunities. We have slightly more sweet aspects compared to the salty ones this month. Salty ones are what I call the inharmonious ones that, are little speed bumps, and those will be there for sure. But we have more sweet aspects and blessings. That's when the planets are getting along. So we've got more blessings than the challenges from the astrology planetary connection standpoint, and that's always something nice that flavors the month. Second big thing to know is we're easing out of eclipse season. So that Taurus-Scorpio eclipse cycle has been a bruiser for Cancer, I'm sure, because, the Taurus-Scorpio eclipse cycle has been in a good angle for Cancer, but the new Aries-Libra eclipse cycle, which is part of this April-May eclipse, is not in a great angle for you. So many of you might have been going through some life-changing difficulties in April and May, but could also have opened up to wonderful opportunities and blessings. If you want to know more about the eclipses and how they're affecting you, listen to my April and May reports, because that's where I outline the specifics about that. But for this month, just to know that you may still get some news and information coming from those eclipses. And also, it's going to be a little bit easier this month to see the direction that whatever the changes are going in, so that you can start to make some decisions based on the things that had happened. We had a Mercury retrograde fog for April and May. So as these changes were happening, a lot of it was really day to day, where you're like, wow, this is big. We don't know what it means. This is happening. And now in June, you might have a little bit more clarity about the direction and the path and how you're going to navigate whatever it is that's going on. That Taurus-Scorpio eclipse cycle has one more cycle towards the end of 2023. And then we still have a while left of the new cycle of the Aries-Libra changes. Okay, so one of the biggest things to know this month is that from June 1st through 19th, we have the last open period free from personal planet retrogrades and their shadow periods that we'll have for a while, really until October. So on June 19th, the pre-transit shadow period before Venus retrograde begins. And since Venus rules love and romance and relationships and money and finances and income and self-esteem and beauty and design and more, obviously there's a lot going on, and you'll notice the change in the energies, because the first almost 3 weeks of the month is this forward moving and outward energy, like the time to put your messages in a bottle out to sea, the time to set your boat afloat because the tides are going out. But very quickly, things will turn. And it will, and actually I always call this direct time like a time to weave your webs actively, like make things happen if it's intuitively aligned for you at this time. Because as the energies come inward, it's going to be more of a time to let things come to you and not be conjuring. Okay, so from June 19th on, it's very much, there's beautiful energies. I love Venus retrograde personally. I have a lot of resources that I'm going to direct you to learn more about this. It doesn't have to be a bad thing, but it is an inward and backward thing more than it is a trying to make things happen energy. So if you've got something big that you want to commit to, an engagement, a wedding, a move, a launch of a brand new business, all of those things are better done in the first couple of weeks of June before we start to get near that shadow period, because you'll have the imprint of that, starry alignment for the whole duration of the project or whatever it is that you're doing. Venus retrograde is great for accentuating business that you already have, but it's not really the best for starting a brand new business unless you want that brand new business to be short term. Okay. Most businesses that I've tracked, like when in my town, when I'd be excited about a new business coming in, they open in Venus retrograde, all of them closed, and including me. Before I knew more about this, I opened a business, a cottage business in a Venus retrograde. and not to say that a business can't survive. Sometimes it can evolve and move into something else. There are different ways that things can go. But for the most part, if you want to launch something brand new, you want to use the first couple of weeks of this month and then just start to get into a groove where you're focused on redoing, improving, etc. If you want to know more about Venus retrograde now, I'll talk more about it in July and beyond when we're actually in it. But since the shadow period starts at the end of this month, it might be a good idea to get familiar with this because the energy is going to be in Leo, and that's going to be in your financial sector and your budgets. And we'll talk more about some of these other things this month, but you might want to get a leg up on this. So if you search for Annie Botticelli, then Venus retrograde, you can find my video on YouTube. You can go to anniehelpsyou.com, go to my blogs, find my Venus retrograde do's and don'ts, my Venus retrograde blog series through the signs and houses. And you can also check out info. I have a lot in my book, Planetology, How to Align with the Natural Rhythms of the Universe. Okay, this is one of my areas of expertise, and you can definitely benefit from all of my research and information on this. Okay, so now we know the energies are going to shift towards the end, be the inward and backward where you let things come to you. And now we can go into our 10 special starry opportunities for Cancer. So the first is getting clarity about what you don't want. Okay, that might sound ominous, but in the time before your birthday, the sun, and in this case, some other planets, are accentuating your 12th house of your fears, of your worries, of addictions, of, your whole psychological space. And when the sun goes there, it's like putting a light on in a dark attic. You see yucky things, right? You see things that you do not want. But that also helps you to get more clarity about what you do want. And that bright spotlight helps you to find the gold that is in that subconscious space and to use that space. Okay, so by getting clarity about what you don't want, sometimes things will happen when you're like, oh, I don't want that. That's helpful to you at this time because, and this happens in the weeks before your birthday. Okay, so those of you who are more towards the end of the sign, you will experience this more getting into July. For you earlier degree friends, you'll be feeling this in June. And middle degree friends, you'll have some of this happen in June as well. So the later you are in the Cancer placement, the more you will have this staggered a little bit, but everyone's going to experience it. It's this lighting up of this dark space, which may show you some cobwebs and things you got to clean out of there. So instead of self-medicating, as many people tend to do, they call it celebrating early for their birthday. But what it really is dealing with the anxiety that comes up from the sun being in your 12th house before your birthday. So you can do positive things with this and use it for transformation. And then by getting clarity about what you don't want, you can, this is the number 2 starry opportunity for Cancer, affirm what you do want. So whether it's your birthday or whether the sun is crossing over your ascendant or your moon, it opens up this possibility for, if it's your birthday, it's for wishing. If it's your other placement, it's for intention setting. And then you can use the power of what you don't want to affirm what you do want and, make that loud and clear to the universe. Okay, so those are the first 2 special starry opportunities. The number 3 starry opportunity, special starry opportunity for Cancer at this time, is the possibility for people working for your good behind closed doors. Okay, this is something else that comes from, no, it's not just the sun that's here. Star goddess Juno, which rules partnerships and close connections. We also have the new moon in the days around the 18th at 26 degrees of Gemini. You're also going to have Mercury do a circuit through Gemini, and Gemini rules your 12th house. So this is all behind the scenes, behind closed doors. So there may be people talking, discussing, getting things worked out for your good. All right, so just kind of tune in, and maybe you'll find out about this now, or maybe it will come out later that people are working in the backdrop to try to help you. And that may also mean you can ask for help to someone privately to support you, and that you'll get what you need. Number 4 special starry opportunity for Cancer at this time is to convert your creativity into sustenance, and in some cases, like actual literal money. So Venus moving through Leo for an extended period of time into October, Mars still moving through Leo, them very close together. All of this is happening in your house of finances. House of finances is also your house of general sustenance. One of the star goddess rulers of this area is Ceres, and Ceres is her symbol is this sickle. It's basically like the wheat sickle, the thing that they use to cut wheat, that round kind of thing. So this energy in here is the energy of sustenance, like literally, wheat. Even if you're gluten-free, it's, the energy of what would sustain you. All right. So that's being very strongly aspected this month. And that's the energy of creativity in motion to create, sustainability and sustenance and maybe actually money. So be looking for ways your creativity can earn you money. It may be the obvious, like you do something creative and you earn money, or it may be more behind the scenes, like, you come up with a creative solution for something and that brings money to you, or you have a creative idea that you present to someone and that brings money for you. So it could be in a roundabout way. All right, so the number 5 special starry opportunity for Cancer is to establish strong foundations. There's a ton of energy still in Taurus. Some of it's short-term, some of it's long-term. Jupiter will be there for a year. And so this is very much a year about establishing strong financial consciousness, financial and other material foundations. And you have the opportunity at this time to really ask the raw questions. What do you need to establish those foundations? And those origins will be found in this period of time. If you already have strong foundations, you could see things grow in amazing ways, where things that you worked on for this area of life in the past are now getting added to and amplified. Okay, number 6 special starry opportunity for Cancer is to start living on purpose. Whether you can leave your job or not, whether you feel aligned with your work as far as your purpose being your actual employment, it doesn't matter. There are ways that you can start doing the things that you feel like you were meant to do. Maybe it's on the side. I know for me, when I was in my 20s, I got a job as a pharmaceutical rep. And for me at the time, that was an amazing job. It was an amazing opportunity. It was before I had my big awakening to just alternative healing. And I'm not dismissing pharmaceuticals because some people can be really helped by them, but definitely their role has become more predominant than might be good for some of us. And I had that awakening in my 20s. And when that happened, I was waking up to the possibility of me helping people in other arenas besides helping people with pharmaceuticals. I was educating doctors at that time in order for them to help patients. So I started studying like crazy, every kind of became a Reiki master, went to massage school. I did all of this on the side of my corporate job. And so that might be a way, I'm using this as an example for you, just because you're in work that you feel like maybe you're not aligned with anymore. Maybe it's your time to jump ship. And, in the first couple of weeks of the month, there's definitely some good energy for new things. But you may have to work towards your dream and your purpose on the side of what you're doing until it can either take over or maybe just on the side forever, As long as you find that thing that makes you feel like you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you may have to do some other things for money, or you may be able to switch to do your purpose for your income. But it doesn't matter. This month is very much about clues to what that purpose is and what makes you feel good as far as feeling like what you're doing, what you're supposed to be doing. Okay, number 7 special starry opportunity for Cancer is inventive solutions. Okay, I alluded to before creative solutions. Now we're going to add a layer to this about inventiveness. All of the planets that are in Taurus are making beautiful angles for Cancer placements. So nobody's being left out of this because there are Taurus placements from the early degree all the way through the late degree. So it doesn't matter what your Cancer placement is. There's one or more Taurus placements that are making a 60-degree angle of opportunity for you. And something that's been happening for a long time is that Uranus has been moving through Taurus, and Earth signs this Earth sign makes a 60-degree angle. And Uranus rules inventions and technology and futuristic thinking. So it may be that your sustenance or your feeling on purpose or any of this might come from inventive, futuristic type of solutions and opening up to those kind of things. I mean, AI is blowing everything wide open. And, maybe there's something involved with that about how you can show up or use the technology in order to solve problems in your life and in other people's lives. All right, number 8 special starry opportunity for Cancer at this time is ethereal support. You have for a long time had a trine occurring between Neptune moving through Pisces, which is its own sign that it rules, and your water sign. Okay, so this brings ethereal energy, ethereal support, intuition, guides, spiritual connection. And now we have Saturn for 3 years is going to be in fellow water sign. So you're going to get to have for 3 years the stern taskmaster in a beautiful angle for you in a water sign, which rules this ethereal energy. Number 9 special starry opportunity is family support. Okay, and this can come from this same placement of Saturn, can also come from star goddess Vesta, which rules home and family and hearth and, the place where everybody gathers in the home space. You may have family supporting you at this time, or people that feel like family supporting you. Or for those of you who don't have anything like that, your home could be working for you. You may figure out ways that, you can get more sustenance, financial sustenance or other from your home. You may start a garden. You may rent some space out. You may convert your garage into some kind of workspace. There are a lot of ways that the energy of family or house or housing can show up to support you. And the number 10 special starry opportunity for Cancer at this time is health blessings, right? So you've got this full moon, the days around June 3rd, 13-degree full moon is Sagittarius, lighting up your 6th house of health. This is also your daily routine. So there could be some sort of exciting change to your daily routine. You may have your horizons expanded. There's a lot of special opportunity in this particular sector with the full moon lighting it up so beautifully. This is also the house of pets and animals. So this could be an animal blessing type of situation. If you're looking for a new pet, the first couple of weeks or so of June is especially beautiful for adding a new friend to the family. And a big topic here really is stress management, but also I'm going to bring back in the discussion of genes, okay? Genes, Genes, not the genes that you wear. But understanding genetics is going to be part of, a very big part of the medicine of the future. Look for the work of Dr. Ben Lynch, okay? He's an expert on genetics, and he has this beautiful book called Dirty Genes that can help you understand some of the main genes that get, as he calls, dirtied when they're, not functioning correctly, or certain bad genes get turned on that cause a whole host of health problems, addictions, extra worrying, seeming personality difficulties that are causing problems for you. It's just kind of amazing. So I've been really helped by this book. You can get it on Audible or in print, but you could have special health opportunities now to solve very long-standing things, not only for you, but also your family line. So you can check that out or look into other resources to help you have less stress and healthier experience. If you want even more info about how to use the starry possibilities in the best ways for you, join my free VIP community at anniehelpsyou.com. You get all kinds of goodies. You can see them outlined there. But it also includes my write-up for the month, delivered 1 month early, with all my favorite aspects that are positive, the ones to be awareful and careful of, different other notable points, and the general overview of the energies for the month and how they may manifest, delivered into your inbox 1 month early. If you love how I teach and you want to learn astrology just for yourself or to do it professionally, you can also see at anniehelpsyou.com information about my astrology education. And if you're really serious about it and you want to learn astrology as your profession or as part of your profession, I can help you to do that. So you can go to beastropro.com, beastropro.com. These links are also in the notes underneath the podcast or video. I hope you have a wonderful month, and I'll see you next month. Bye.